Now that we're in quarantine, we have a lot of free time to ourselves. So I decided to take on a new challenge just because I have nothing else to do. And this challenge is going to be the John Fish challenge. Even if it's not a challenge, I'm going to be reading a book a week. Obviously, this comes from the YouTuber John Fish, who is known for reading a book a week and talking about his progress of reading and how it has changed his life. I decided to try it myself and see how much does reading actually change your life, at least reading for a month. After careful examination of how I'm going to work out how to read for 30 days, I decided to start it, and this is how it went. So, during the first week, I was super enthusiastic reading a book that I had been wanting to read for a while, and I finished it in less than 3 days. I went on to the next one, which was in Italian. So I went on to a book that I had bought 2 years ago, but I didn't have the time to read it, so I did it now, which was Crime and Punishment, and it was amazing. I continued with that pace for 6 weeks, as I haven't stopped the challenge yet. I'm just going to consider the 30 days that the challenge was supposed to last. So here is the list of all the books that I've read during this first 30 days. And these are the books that I've read outside of those 30 days. Back when I was in elementary school, I read a lot of books. However, I started to lose interest once school started to introduce some books that we had to read and that they were mandatory. So once tests got involved, I started to lose interest. Once in middle school, I stopped reading altogether. I thought there was absolutely no point in reading because, I could be playing Minecraft. The only things that I read, I think, were the names of the Minecraft items or the things that were in my inventory. But other than that, there was absolutely no reading involved throughout middle school. Once in high school, I started to take some interest on how to develop myself and how to become a useful person because I was being a lazy ass. So I started to look for productivity videos or how to get into top schools like Harvard, and doing that I found out about John Fish. And shortly after discovering his channel, he started to post videos about reading a book a week. And that really caught my attention because I was amazed at the speed of his reading. I couldn't even imagine reading a book a week or reading a book a month. The books that I read involve various topics. However, I read in different languages. Since I speak Italian, English, and Spanish, I have read books in all of these 3 languages. It has really helped me improve my vocabulary in all of these languages. I am not an expert in any of them, except for Spanish because it's my mother tongue. I feel like I could improve even more, so reading has really helped with that. Moreover, I don't know if this is scientifically proven, but I think that reading has really helped my attention span. Before I couldn't even concentrate for 10 minutes straight, but after starting to read, I noticed that I could keep my attention levels the same throughout the reading session that will usually last for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It really depended on the book. During the first week, I managed to read 3 books, and I wasn't trying to speed read or anything, but I just really enjoyed reading. So during the second week, I read 2 books, if I'm not mistaken. During the other 2 weeks, I read the remaining of the books that I read. In total, I read 8 books, which, it's much better than the original 4 books of the challenge. But again, I wasn't trying to speed read and I wasn't taking this as a real challenge. I was just trying to enjoy reading and using this as an excuse to start doing something about my life. Just because the 30 days have already passed, that doesn't mean that I've already stopped the challenge. I've continued reading a book a week, at least, but usually I end up reading 2 books a week. So I'm gonna add to the list the books that I've read until now. So in total, there are 12 books. Some of which are in English, the other ones are in Italian, and some others are in Spanish. Most of them do not have a genre in common. I just started reading them just because they seem interesting to me. First of all, my attention span has increased tremendously. Second of all, I noticed that I am able to see art and literature in a more deep way. Before, I couldn't see the whole point of literature or art in general, but now I'm starting to get a better grasp on what is actually happening and how art and literature could be a way to express oneself, and also have a better understanding of the historical context in which the novels were written. I don't feel like any of those books have changed any of my personal opinions on certain topics yet, but I feel like they have broadened my mind in the sense that I'm now more open to discussion to certain topics. I'm going to continue doing this challenge just because I enjoy reading, but I don't really see this as a challenge. Using the term challenge includes the fact that you do not really want to do it, but in my case, I enjoy reading. Well, anyways, if you excuse me,